I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of every music for the LGBTQI community and me. Between the hours of 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., this is Club Chit Chat. That's right. You know how we do it, honey. We're going to be talking about sports, politics, entertainment, and a little of this and a little of that. That's why we call this Club Chit Chat, baby. I'm your girl, Miss Sophia, holding it down right here on WERUradio, home of urban music for the LGBTQI community and me. Come on, baby, let's ride.
I am George Daigle, and yes, you're in the right place to get sizzling subjects and trending topics. I'm in the studio all by myself, and I'm in charge of the trending topics and sizzling subjects. And ladies and gentlemen, yet another sad event has happened in the LGBTQ community, and it's unfortunate. Her name, Angel Haynes. Say her name. Angel Haynes. Well, she is a black trans woman and resident of Jackson, Tennessee. Now, it seems that this story happened overnight on an overnight trip to Memphis last weekend. She stopped to stay at a motel when her life came to an abrupt and gruesome end. She is at least the 32nd transgender or gender non-conforming person to be murdered or die violently this year. Now, reports indicate that early on the morning of October 25th, Haynes, a cosmetologist by trade, was outside a Motel 6 in Whitehaven, a predominantly African-American residential area in Memphis. Now, she had contacted her friend, Shanice, who lived about 70 miles away. Haynes promised to call her once she arrived, but apparently never got the opportunity. Police received emergency calls from the motel and responded at 2:19 a.m., the local time. They found Haynes with at least one gunshot to her head. She was pronounced dead at the scene. She was only 25 and about to turn 26 in December, the family reports. Now, a mix of one-night guests and temporary residents at the hotel took notice of the commotion that night, with one guest describing their experience to a local CBS affiliate. Another guest described seeing the victim's lifeless body moments before emergency crews arrived. He went on to say this was something he will never forget. Now, the Out Memphis LGBTQ Center believes Haynes to be the 32nd transgender woman murdered in 2020. The Human Rights Campaign, known as HRC, had not added her death yet, but as it stands, it would be the 34th name of a trans or gender nonconforming murder victim on their list, the highest at this point in the calendar year since 2013. Now, in more reports, the numbers in Memphis metropolitan area are at an unfortunate high. Angel wasn't only my best friend, says her friend. She was my sister. She was the only friend I had, and now she's gone. While there isn't a publicly official or suspected reason behind her murder, her friend Weddle suspects that her trans identity might be part of it. And that's likely that someone could harm her just because she was the way she was, especially in that side of Memphis. It was Whitehaven. They really don't like people like that over there, really. A vigil was held for Haynes on the evening of October 30th by friends and family. They lit a number of candles and laid out letters to spell Angel. A GoFundMe campaign was started to raise funds to help Haynes' family pay for her funeral. And so it continues on to, I'm not Miss Sophia, I'm George, thanks. It continues to go on. She was taken away from her mom, her grandmother, her uncle. She was taken away from all of us unexpectedly. And they have tons of questions that just can't be answered right now. The Memphis community is mourning Angel Haynes this week, says the Transgender Law Center. In a week of grief after anti-black murders like that of Walter Wallace Jr., we know black trans folks are doubly carrying a heavy burden right now. The Memphis police currently have no suspects. They ask anyone with information to contact their local Crime Stoppers by calling 901-328-CASH. That's 901-328-CASH. This is a story that we've been hearing and reading right here on WERuradio far too often, and I definitely don't want to get so used to it that that we start being numb to what's going on and numb to the pain that's happening in communities around the world. So if you know anything, please go forth or come forward and say what it is that you know. Share that information, and let's keep our community safe, because black trans lives matter. Amongst all of these, lives and protests and things that we're talking about here in the area, we need to know that those lives definitely matter. So let's look out for our brothers and our sisters who are trans in the community. Tell us what you think about this story and all the stories we talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. You can go to the We Are You Morning Crew Facebook page and our other social media pages and sound off. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Pinterest. And go and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can look for all of that under WERU Radio, all one word. I'm George Daigle, and I'll be back. Good morning. We Are You Morning Crew. Out your love. I haven't done this thing in a long time, what I'm about to do, but it's my damn station and I feel like it. Can we play it again? Can y'all sing it for more? That's my new jam. That's my new jam. Sing it, y'all. One more time, damn it.
Are we looking too hard at my used car? I know how y'all do.
Avery Sunshine with used car. Ain't nothing wrong with it, baby. As long as the motor gets hot, you gonna be all right. It is the We Are You Morning Crew, and I am George Daigle. I am having too much fun on this Monday morning. Okay, a couple of confessions here. I have not slept since yesterday. I think, yesterday I got up at 1 o'clock. And now it's the second day I've been awake. Have not had any coffee. So just in case you're wondering if I'm running on coffee or Red Bull and Skittles, it is none of those. It's just pure energy, and I'm loving the music and being in the studio by myself. Now, over the weekend, a lot of us kind of binge our favorite shows. I know I do. Get into some of those shows. Now, what's been on my favorites list, of course, I've caught up with Lovecraft. I am upset that the finale happened. I know it had to happen, but I was sad to see it go. Can't wait for it to come back for the second season. I also have been watching Black Mirror Season 5. If you have not gotten into Black Mirror, let me tell you, the Season 5 is all based on some type of social media phenomena. You gotta watch it. It is really, really good. The first episode had me right there. It goes into gamers. It goes into being spied on when you think your camera is not on. It's on. It's actually on. It's just a bunch of, even one girl. And it just reminded me of how we do the Instagram thing and how we, want the likes and, the retweets and all the whatever that stuff is. And your whole life is based on that. So if you don't have a certain number of points or values or influence, then you can't get on like first rate flights. You can't rent, high end cars. You can't stay in affluent neighborhoods. That is kind of like the news credit score for social media. You got to watch that. Black Mirror Season 5. Okay, so that was on the watch list. Finally finished that. Then I watched Welcome to Butopia, which is a comedian. Her name is Michelle Buteau. Hilarious. Now, I'm really hard on comedians because you got to make me laugh. You can't just get up there and tell some jokes and think I'm just going to be with the funny. No, you got to be funny. And so as I was watching her, she's Super cute, by the way. Just nice and fluffy and just cute and just funny. So I watched that and actually found out by the end of the credits that Wanda Sykes was one of the producers of that show. Then I watched Hollywood. Now, I had begun watching Hollywood, and Jana said, watch Hollywood. But I had started watching the show, but didn't even know the name of it. You know how when you watch Netflix and sometimes some bad. And I watched this new movie with Michael J. White. And I saw it. I was like, okay, Michael J. White, when I tell you that movie was so horrible, the plot was so predictable. It was horrible. And I'm horrible with these names today, but the comedian, he's a white guy, but he sounds black. Osley or something like that is his name. I'm sorry, sir, and I really love your talent, but I can't think of your name today, so it's not that important. But he's like a central character in there. He's like the comedy relief of the movie. But to me, the whole movie was comedy. It was trash. But anyway, I digress. The movie's best part was when Michael J. White took off his shirt. That was the best part. And even that kind of, okay, he took off his shirt. We knew it was going to happen at some point. He took off his shirt. But anyway, the plot of the movie is he's kind of like, an ex-army guy. He's working security at this dome. Some terrorists come. They want to take over the dome. They're going to blow it up. Michael J. White is the only person that can save the dome. The end. Then they set you up for a part 2 because one of the people that he beats up ends up not being dead. When the police come to the scene where he left all the bodies, one of those bodies is missing. So now we're going to see that woman in that horrible wig again in a part 2 sometime soon. That stuck with me. I don't know what it is about you movie producers, but black women's hair tells a story. And if you put a horrible wig on a black woman who is a star of a movie, you've ruined the movie for most of the black people in the audience. I know I did for me. I mean, y'all better ask Tyler Perry how we got on him about it. I'm just saying. I don't know about me. But anyway, that was my weekend watch list. I don't know how I became about this wig. Oh, and David Letterman's my next guest. Really good show. For you young folks that don't know who David Letterman is, ask somebody. But David Letterman has resurfaced, and now he's doing these one-on-one interviews in front of audiences at different venues that are usually outdoor venues. And he interviewed Kim K. I skipped that. Kanye West. I skipped that. I watched Lizzo. Really good interview. Let's see who else. I watched Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's interview was really, 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 really good. And Tiffany Haddish's interview was really, really good. So that was my weekend watch list. If there's something that you think I should watch, I should add to my watch list, I should start watching and binging, let me know. Because, you can be on Netflix and try to find something, and you think you found something, and you're like, what is this trash on this TV? So just let me know. I'd love to, see what's on your watch list. But that was what was on my weekend watch list. Just a little fluff to tell you what I like. I don't do scary, so don't send me no scary movies. Don't send me no scary movie suggestions, because I ain't gonna watch it. I'm just gonna tell you now, I am scary. But tell me what you watched over the weekend, what you're binging. I'd love to know. There's more sizzling subjects and trending topics on the way. I am George Daigle on this Mono Monday. Good morning.
Hey, don't miss Wellness Wednesdays with me, DB Marshall, and my co-host, Jenna Fleming. Listen every Wednesday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for tips to help you create a more productive life. I guarantee I will steer you in a direction that will move you to becoming more health conscious, which includes being mentally, physically, socially, and spiritually fit. Tune in and listen to Wellness Wednesdays with me, yours truly, Mr. DB Marshall, at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on WERUradio.com.